Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next speaker, Shri Harshvardhan Singh, Dungarpur.
I think I'll shift this side. Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. મને બી ગુજરાતી આવડે છે પણ મેં પહેલે ચેરને જણાવ્યું નથી એટલે હું ઇંગ્લિશમાં બોલું. Sir, I rise to speak on the demand for grants under the Ministry of Railways. Sir, under the able leadership of our Prime Minister, there's been a record allocation of 1,37 crore rupees for the railways, sir. So there are a lot of new initiatives been taken by the ministry, the railways, to develop new products and efficient logistics, services for small farmers and small medium enterprises, integration of rail and networks to provide seamless solutions for movement of parcels. So आजकल online shopping का ज़माना है, so railways will play a very important role in these logistics. Pradhan Mantri Gati Shakti cargo terminals and multi-modal logistic facilities to facilitate transportation of cargo, and there will be 100 such terminals in the next 3 years. Multimodal connectivity between mass urban transport and railway stations. Sir, under the Kavach Atmanirbhar Bharat, 2,000 km railway network will be brought under Kavach for safety and augmentation in 22-23. So another very important step taken by the railways is the introduction of Vande Bharat 400 new generation trains for better efficiency and passenger riding comfort. So for the first time, these trains will be made of aluminium instead of steel. So it will increase the efficiency and they'll be made safer. 102 such trains are already in the pipeline. So the Finance Minister has also proposed one station, one product to help local businesses and supply chains, sir. There's been a huge push in railway electrification, and so there have been various investment physical targets set, construction of new lines, gauge conversion, doubling of lines, track renewals, electrification, rolling stock of locomotive, coaches and wagons. So a very important point, especially for me, is the gauge conversion. I come from Dungarpur in Rajasthan, and we have just completed our gauge conversion between Ahmedabad and Udaipur, and Dungarpur comes on the way. And so I have some issues which I've pointed out to the Rail Minister. One is the level crossing at Balwada Phatak, number 151. So it's the main road that goes from Dungarpur to Ahmedabad, and thousands of people go to Ahmedabad to work from Dungarpur, but there's a level crossing there, whereas underpass have been made in all along in all the villages that come on the way. So I would request the Minister to make an ROB, and he's very kindly agreed. The other... Sorry? Ji, to
please address the chair. Please, Dungarpur ji, please address the chair. Please, Dungarpur ji, please address the chair.
Yes.
Please.
So the other point is that the Ratlam, Banswara, Dungarpur rail line. So the state government, over the years, we have had two governments, and they have not been able to donate their share or sort of contribute their share to the rail line. So it's very important that now there is a change in policy, and the center should take up the total construction of the rail line between Ratlam, Banswara and Dungarpur, sir. The state can facilitate in land acquisition, but the center has to pay the compensation. This is a very important point, and I hope the Railway Minister will consider this and change the policy so that we can have a railway line. Otherwise, no government will ever be able to afford the compensation. So the other very important point, issue taken up by railways is the Look Act and look and act Northeast policy, sir. It's a very important time proposal in today's times. Sir, there have also been increase in rail connectivity to Nepal. There's been rail connectivity to Bangladesh, new lines and doubling. That's a very important step. All gauge conversion work in Northeast region has been completed, sir. So this is a very important thing in today's times. Railways will play a very important part in logistics, and since a lot of these lines will go to our border areas, and to facilitate the movement of heavy equipment of the army, railways will play a very important part. So the minister should consider making special rakes and coaches and special railway equipment to transport, say, tanks and other heavy equipment. So what one train can transport to the border areas, it will take many trucks, hundreds of trucks to transport the same equipment. So in future, looking at the world situation today, we don't know where we are going. So I feel the railways will play a very, very important part in future in transporting our heavy equipment for our armed forces. And we have two very dangerous neighbors. We have our borders from the deserts of Rajasthan to the highest mountains regions in the world where our army is posted. So it's a very crucial part that the railways will be playing, sir. So another important point is about tourism, sir. So the passenger convenience and safety, the railways are also introducing aesthetically designed Vista Dome coaches on the tourist routes, sir. And so this is another important steam, and steam tourism should also come into play. So the private train operators, there have been some bids, but not very successful, I feel. So the other issue is that the railway is also taking on land monetization, and RLD has been involved in monetization of identified railway assets of 111 railway land parcels, 84 railway colonies, 4 hill railway Darjeeling, 4 hill railways in Darjeeling, Kalka, Shamla, Matharan, Nilgiri, Kannail, and so I have 10 minutes, sir.
No, 8 minutes.
10 minutes?
No, 8 minutes.
So the National Railway Plan is also another important step, sir. Railways are restoring their full capacity to pre-COVID level. So Indian Railways plays a crucial role in one of the 7 engines of Prime Minister's Gati Shakti initiative. So the other big thing is the new bullet trains will be introduced, and high-speed railway corridors, upgradation of railway stations. 1 minute, sir, please.
So please.
As it was the maiden speech of Shri Rambhai, I think probably it's one of my last speeches, so please be kind enough for that. So today, Indian Railways is the 4th largest rail network in the world and 2nd largest in Asia, sir. And so finally, I would like to say that गाड़ी बुला रही है, सीटी बजा रही है, गाड़ी बुला रही है, सीटी बजा रही है, चलना ही जिंदगी है, चलती ही जा रही है, गाड़ी बुला रही है और सीटी बजा रही है.
Thank you.
और सर आप घंटी बजा रहे हैं.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you. Next speaker, Shri Abdul Wahab.